euthanasia should be available to everybody in this world. Well, not everybody. I don't think criminals and evil people should get euthanasia. They should rot in fucking prison and then rot in hell for the bad things that they do. But if you haven't hurt anybody in this life, then you deserve the right to get out of this life if you ever get tired of it, because life is tough and it's cruel and it's unfair, and some people have worse lives than others. They have no emotional support in this world. They're alone, and they didn't ask to go through this life. Their parents just fucked selfishly and they brought them here. So why should they have to endure this life if they don't want to? If someone you should just have a fucking a mental health check, like to see if the person is sane, that they know what they're doing, they want to end their life, and then let them give them the euthanasia. Let them end their life peacefully and painlessly and quickly. That should be a human right, man. The fact that it's not shows that this really is a slave world that we live in. We're forced to stay here and endure our terrible situations that we endure in this life. We have no way out if we want a way out. I want to die from euthanasia when I'm older. I'm 23 now, but I don't know when I would want to die. But when I do, I want to die euthanasia, man. That would be the best way. It's really unlikely I die in my sleep. Some people die in their sleep. My grandmother died in her sleep, but how likely do you think it is you're going to die in your sleep? It's very unlikely. Most people's deaths are fucking painful and they last long, and it's just the body withering away until it's dead. I mean, my grandpa, he died of fucking lung cancer. I saw him a couple of days before he died, and he was like a skeleton. It was pretty bad, man. He said my name basically, but he couldn't do anything else. It was pretty bad. That was like 10 years ago now at this point. But it's just, that's why having kids is cruel. That's another reason, because every birth is gonna inevitably lead to a death, and most deaths, like 99%, they're not going to be peaceful. They're going to be painful, man. They're going to be writhing in agony in a hospital bed. I mean, does that sound fun to you? No, but that's what life is, death, But humans have invented a way of surpassing that death, a quick death, euthanasia, a peaceful and painless death, not like a violent quick death, a peaceful and painless one. That should be a right to all the people who've never hurt somebody in their life, Yeah, it should. Euthanasia should be available for every innocent person in this world, that hasn't hurt somebody. It should. Would it ever be available for everybody? I don't think so. It's available in some countries, mostly countries in Europe, and I think Canada as well, but it's not available for like everybody, I think. Maybe it is, I could be wrong, but it should be available for like, all the innocent people in this world, because no one asked to be in this world and do all these mundane things and all this survival and all this mental difficulty as well. Life is just a fucking headache, man, for real. It's just the hurdles. It's just an endless series of hurdles that you have to overcome every day. I get why people give up in this life. I don't blame them. I don't blame anybody for anything unless they hurt people. Then I blame them. But apart from that, I don't blame anybody for anything, Because life is tough, man, and no one wanted to be here, Life is tough for different people. Life is unfair, it's cruel. The world is unfair, it's cruel. Nature is unfair, it's cruel. People are unfair and cruel. So we should have a way out when we're truly done with this life, when we truly want to go. That would bring a lot more peace, It would. Euthanasia would bring a lot more peace. I mean, look at all those school shootings and shit, man. And then sometimes the killer ends up turning the gun on themselves, Like, if they had access to euthanasia, they wouldn't even be in that predicament to begin with. They would have just gotten out of here because they knew they wanted to get out of here before they ended up hurting a lot of people, There was this story as well recently, I think, of this killer in like this theme park in America. He was hiding out with his gun, but he ended up just killing himself and not hurting anybody else. Like, it was a YouTube video. I remember it. I was reading comments on it as well, and people were praising him for like not hurting people. Like what the fuck? People were actually praising him like, you're a hero. Thank you for not hurting anybody. I mean, yeah, it's good that he didn't hurt anybody, but he was gonna hurt somebody, and then he was gonna kill himself, Like, what the fuck? Why would you praise someone that was gonna hurt somebody but ended up didn't doing it? You know, why is that worthy of praise? But whatever, that's just a tangent I'm going on. Basically, if people like that had access to euthanasia, they wouldn't even be in the predicament of like needing to hurt people, you know, to feel like some vendetta or vengeance and then just killing themselves, you know. This is the kind of messed up people and situations that we find in this world. People that just want to hurt people, and even if they don't want to die, they still want to hurt people in terrible ways. You know, they want to stab people, they want to shoot people, they want to bully people, abuse people, rape people. All this stuff happens. Child trafficking, sex trafficking. These are the kind of things that go on in this world. They do. Just because most humans aren't involved in it doesn't mean it's not happening, and there's not a real impact on the minds of the humans that are being the victims of whatever act it is. It's terrible. All this torture in the world, there is, and you can see some of it on the news. If you look at the news, they always report a lot of the negative stuff, and it's just terrible, man. It's a terrible world that we live in. Obviously, it's a cruel world. It's evil. It's full of injustice. I might sound like a broken record, but this is why euthanasia should be available, because it would decrease the crime rate significantly. Because a lot of criminals would just, you know, because they probably want to die too, you know, because they didn't ask to be here, but they just want to take it out on somebody else, you know, even if they get away with it a lot of the time, which sucks even more, obviously. But, you know, it would prevent them from hurting somebody if they could just take their own life instead, peacefully, you know. That would be better. That would be better. But you know, I have no control over this. I'm just speculating in this video about euthanasia because it's such an important topic, man, because no one wanted to be in this life in the first place, and we should have the right to get out of here as long as we haven't hurt anybody. We shouldn't have to serve a prison sentence if we don't want to. Would I take euthanasia right now if I had it? No, I wouldn't take it. But I wish I had it by my side, you know? So, you know, I would live life basically to the fullest, basically. Yeah, I would. Because I know that I can go whenever I want to. You know, it's just like a safety net, you know, a mental safety net of like, I don't have to be in this life if I don't want to, but that's not the case. And it's not the case for whoever's watching this either. We're stuck in this life. We don't have a way out. We have to endure whatever life throws at us, and a lot of the time life just throws us bullshit and trash. Life doesn't throw us golden nuggets, it throws us bullshit and trash, unfortunately. Some people get golden nuggets in this life, but that's not many, you know. Then there's a few winners in this life and there's a lot of losers. Life is unfair, you know. It's like drawing the short stick, basically. But you know, euthanasia is just so important, man. It should be available. The right to die for innocent people should be available, man, you know. It should be available. There's really not much else to say. I mean, I don't know how you could disagree with this unless you want people to fucking stay in this life and endure states of pain that you wouldn't want to experience, you know. I know, like, in euthanasia debates, like, people debating against euthanasia, they say terrible things, man. But if they were in the states of pain that the people who argue for euthanasia are in, they wouldn't want to endure that, would they? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. They would absolutely not. No one would. No one asked to be in this life in the first place with all its burdens and pain and hurdles to overcome anyways, you know? That's the cruel thing about life. It's just a bunch of hurdles, and not everyone has the strength to overcome those hurdles. That's why people hurt other people to, you know, try and feel better about themselves in a twisted, fucked up way. That's why people take their own life, because they can't handle it. That's why all these bad things happen. And like addiction and substance abuse, because they can't handle what happened to them in this life, you know. Maybe they were abused as a child, you know, all these terrible things. I mean, this is the truth, man, of this world. It's a very dark and grim world, man, to be honest with you. There's some good people in this world, but, you know, after you've seen a lot of bad people in this world like I have, or even a few of them, you really can't trust human beings anymore, to be honest with you. You know, it sucks. It's like a piece of you had gotten taken away. You know, even though I am an adult technically now, I'm 23, it would have been worse if the bad things that happened to me when I was younger. But I don't know, man. It's just fucked up. This world is very fucked up, you know. I hope someone can relate to this. You know, I'm just trying to relate to people again. Yeah, man. I'll wrap this video up in a minute or two, but yeah, euthanasia should just be available, man. It should, for all the innocent people in this world. Imagine how many people would be waiting in line for that shit as well. I bet a lot of them would. I bet a lot of them would, you know? And you shouldn't shame someone if they want to get euthanasia. Fuck no. You should encourage them, or not encourage them, but you should let them make their own choice, you know? Exactly, let people make their own choice. And euthanasia would be the golden goose that keeps on giving, man. It would prevent so many crimes and all this suffering that people have to endure in life, you know, because they never asked to be born and go through suffering and pain and hardship and trouble, you know, and difficult human beings to deal with, and being mentally scarred, physically scarred even. Nobody asked for this shit. Excuse me. That's why parents are fucking retarded fucking penguins, you know? They're retarded penguins, man. Especially if they choose to have kids. They're not as retarded if the kid was an accident, because, you know, they weren't even thinking about it. That just makes them stupid and NPCs. But if they chose to have kids and bring them into this world, they are very, very ignorant and retarded, in my opinion, you know? Yeah, they are. Yeah, euthanasia, man, for real. I hope I can get euthanasia in the future. I really don't know, however long I live, you know, or however long I don't live. But that's how I'd want to die, obviously. Euthanasia. Yeah, man. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. But euthanasia is just so fucking... It's essential, man. Like I said, the crime rate would decrease, mental suffering and people would decrease, because they wouldn't have to put up with this life anymore that they never asked for. I mean, I get tired of life all the time. I can't get laid. I'm in physical pain from some fucking piece of shit human, and they get away with it, and I see them in my fucking neighborhood sometimes. You know, what kind of a fucking world is this, you know? That's why, like, when my parents talk to me, like, I just want to fucking punch them in the face, bro. Seriously, though. You know? I mean, this world is a joke, man. I just don't get how people don't see it. And they're so stupid, and they work their jobs, and they have their kids, and they just keep bringing more people into the mix. They keep bringing more people into the mix. And, you know, it's just all a joke. It is. It's a terrible, pathetic, sick joke, this world. It's terrible. With all these bad people walking free out there, and all this suffering, you know. I guess don't take it too seriously, because, you know, none of us asked to be here. You know, we didn't. It wasn't our choice. It wasn't our choice. It wasn't. That's what gets me about, like, how human beings are so glib. I know I'm not really talking about euthanasia right now, but, like, I watch a lot of Stop Having Kids videos, and a lot of people, yeah, there's angry people, but they also say, like, that's life, you know? Like, life is full of hardship and overcoming stuff, and that will make you a strong person. A lot of people say that. But that's just fucking cruel to do that to somebody else. Bring a kid into this life, you know? Like, that's just fucking cruel, dude. They're using a kid as, like, a fucking weapon. Or, like, just training a kid to overcome this life, you know? That's not right, man. That's not right. Like, they always say, like, the path of men, the hero's journey, right? But that's kind of a load of bullshit, man, in my opinion, because what path of men for men is there in this life, especially nowadays in the fucking broken society that we live in? Men aren't being taught how to be masculine or how to attract women, you know? So there's an incel crisis. You know, it's just all a joke, man. This world is one big, pathetic, sick joke, and I feel so alienated and ostracized in this world, because this world has treated me like shit. But I piss on this world too, man, because it's a fucking piece of dog shit, you know? It is. I don't know, man. I hope someone can relate to this shit. You know? It's just this, when I look outside my window, man, I mean, this world doesn't inspire me. It fucking fills me with hatred, man. This world is fucking garbage. It truly shows how stupid our parents were to bring us here, man. So fucking ignorant and retarded. I know. It's crazy, man. I never wanted to be alive. If it was my choice, I never would have been here, man. Never. It's a joke. Everything in this life is just a fucking distraction. All the holidays, all the people you see on social media, all the fucking arenas and artists they listen to and music, it's all a bunch of bullshit, man. It's so much fucking bullshit. Humanity fucking loves distractions, dude. They love it. Yeah, they do. They love their fucking distractions. And one of their distractions is having kids, you know? I see it on social media all the time, like these dumb bitches on there, or these dumb girls. They have these like checklists of things they do like every year. Like, did I go on holiday? Yes. Did I read a book? Yes. Did I make new friends? Yes. But one of the things on their list is, did I have kids? No. I mean, that's how they treat kids. They just treat it as having a fucking checklist, you know? It's disgusting. I mean, human behavior in this world is fucking disgusting, and it all starts with fucking reproducing, you know? I mean, I like sex, man, but reproducing? Fuck no. I'm against that. I'm against that, man. It's fucking... I'm against that. You know? You know? So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to end it here. That's why euthanasia should be available in this world to everybody. Everybody that hasn't hurt somebody, you know? They shouldn't be allowed to end their life. They should suffer because they've made someone else suffer, you know? And you can't suffer when you're dead. Nope. You can only suffer when you're conscious and alive. Do you suffer when you're asleep? Nope. And it will be like that when you're dead as well. So I'm wishing everyone a very merry sleep and death. See you later.